What's up, Nick with Triple Six Serpents? We're back. We're gonna do a redo episode 1 of Sippin with Serpents. We're just gonna redo it. We're gonna act like the past never happened, and we're fucking moving forward. So I'm happy to have everybody in the comments. I got some cool people backstage. We're gonna bring them on in just a second. Yeah, so go ahead and smash the like button, and here we go.
Here.
Justin is my co-host for tonight from the RWO. What is up, buddy? Pressure Pythons. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. How's it going?
Sound great. What are you doing?
I'm actually about to hit my green tea, so just give me a second.
No, you're good. And then we got the man, the myth, Will. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Ain't nothing much, man. You had a little internet issue, huh?
Yeah, it went out right at the end of the Thunderdome for some reason.
Yep. Yeah, if anybody is here from the Thunderdome, I appreciate you, watching Vance's channel and watching the Thunderdome. It's an awesome show. Vance is a great dude. He's usually got these chooches or some other chooches on there, but it's fun. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to throw some of these comments up really quick because people's been in here blasting. Let's see here. We got Kenneth the Menace. What's up, man?
Ken?
Donna, good to see you in here. Mark. What's up, Stan the man? Well, we got a new person that I'm pretty happy to have in here. I think he's a cool ass dude, man. So I'm gonna pop him up. We welcome you, Python Prince. What's up, buddy? What's up? Jesus, my boy Jesus. If you're wondering what's on behind me, that's Jesus's YouTube channel at Rising Sun Serpents. That was last week's episode of the RWO show. It was episode 90. So go over there, give him a follow too, and watch that. Rat Bastard. What's up, Mark?
The rat bastard.
The rat bastard. Yeah, for anybody who don't know, this is just a show. We drink beer. If you want to drink some green tea, you're more than welcome to. If your state is friendly, and you can, that's cool. I'm okay with that. And we just talk snakes, beer, music, ex-girlfriends. Oh, y'all want to do a little? Hang on, a little sippity sip.
Here.
Yeah, I'm drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Some dude, boy.
1844 is when this beer was made. And you know why they call it Pabst Blue Ribbon, right?
2024, this beer was made.
That ain't nothing. That ain't even beer. That ain't even beer. That's some fucking vodka.
Didn't it win a blue ribbon?
Yeah, they used to put the blue ribbons around the bottles because they won so many awards. And people hate on it, but this is a good damn beer.
That's that PBR, homie.
From Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? And ain't no Bush.
Go.
What you drinking?
I got a Bodhisattva from Georgetown.
No,
Hell yeah, homie.
Got that up there or not, but Bodhisattva. It's Indian Pale Ale. They use oats, like rolled oat malt. But
that's a local brewery.
Georgetown. It's in Oregon, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's Seattle. It's Seattle. That's right.
Okay, it's Washington. So that's probably where Mark might be. He might drink that.
Oh, he knows what Bodhi is. I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure. And Black Lagoon, man, y'all go check out Black Lagoon. I don't know if anyone follows me on Instagram, but I post their shorts every day. Their snakes are beautiful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they got really cool merch, dude. Like, I don't know, like it's like they know the way to my heart because their merch is, right up my alley. Their stuff is dope. So they're doing like special edition shirts and all kind of cool stuff. So go check them out for sure. They're really cool people, man.
Y'all hear that? You touch Nick's heart.
Yeah, you do. They just found a way in. They found a way into my heart, and I can't explain it. I mean, it's like we were soulmates. But yeah, what's up, Vance? Next time, don't keep my guests for so damn long and let them do their thing. Just stop. No, I'm just playing.
I'm surprised he didn't just jump on.
Vance is
Need a little bit more of a
RWO.
time gap. Vance needs to start a little bit earlier, really.
Well, no, it's all good. I mean, if his internet wasn't shit and you wasn't a chooch, it wouldn't have mattered because you had 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, you asked me. You know I'm late regardless.
I know, and I'm so happy that you weren't even late. You were right at 7:30.
Yeah.
So you were on time technically.
Well, that's technically late. I mean, I was raised if you're on time, you're late. You know.
That's right. Hey, I agree with that.
That's technically late.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. I'm happy to have you.
John. Jamie said you were napping it earlier. You take a good old grandpa nap, John.
I about fell asleep, honestly, a minute ago. I went to work today, and it's been raining, and it hailed a minute ago, and it was storming, and that shit was putting me to sleep, man. I jumped up. I was like, all right, dogs, let's go outside. We got to wake up, get wet or something.
You didn't pair anything up?
Do I know?
You didn't pair nothing up?
I fucking almost passed out. Then I came on here, and I ain't had time to really wipe my butt. You know what I mean?
No, Alex gets pissed because I'll take 30 minutes nap. 30-minute naps, and she's like, "How the hell do you do that?"
I wish I could do that, man.
I'm sleeping.
I'm out. I'm sleeping for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't have woke up if I would have fell asleep. I would not have been here right now. So y'all all got very lucky.
That's that ADD shit, though. I wake up like on show, bro. I wake up.
Yeah, so do I.
Like. Dude, Daytona, man, we got to find a karaoke bar. A good old karaoke bar.
Karaoke.
Yeah, it looks like a Native American word, don't it? Karaoke. On down to karaoke.
Karaoke. Karaoke.
Hey, let me tell you something, Vance. This Alabama internet guy is not that anymore. I am the Spectrum Dark Lord. Will, did you see how I did that for you up there, right here?
Yeah.
You're on the spectrum.
Yeah, I did that just for you.
You're on the spectrum, aren't you?
I'm gonna get Will in touch with the Dark Lord so he can teach him some stuff, like how to use the internet and all that.
Yeah, for real, right? Oh shit.
So where are you at, Will? Where are you located?
I'm up here by Mark in the Pacific Northwest in Washington. So I'm in Eastern Washington. They're over more on the West Coast. So about 4 hours away.
Okay, so Washington area.
So BFE more or less for us. BFE.
Yeah.
I'm in the desert of Washington.
Exactly. We don't know what you're talking about. We're Southern boys. If y'all didn't know, Justin's from Florida. That's why he looks so tan and nice. But he's pasty with his shirt off.
Actually, that's not the reason why. I actually have a lot of Cherokee in me, damn it. So I just don't have that pasty white look. You know, that just doesn't run.
Well, hey, let me tell you something. That Native American blood stopped from right here and began down here, maybe, because I've seen this. This Yeah. I got Native American
Trust
too.
me. Have you seen pasty? It's as wide as a screen, homie. I can't get that.
What, like Kenneth's thighs? Like Kenneth? Like his thighs?
Right.
Justin was gonna wear a thong tonight, guys, but he backed out at the last second. He ain't got a hair on his ass. He thought that he was gonna be cool and do it, but he backed out.
It was a little tight.
Yeah.
Take it back and get a little looser fit, more or less.
Oh, we can make it looser. So, like, what's the weather like up there right now? It's kind of cold. I noticed you wear a jacket almost every day. So,
well, and that's also kind of what I do for a living too. My main job is very cold environment, and so that's why I'm also usually in all that stuff because I work like inside of an actual freezer.
When you
It's
like
like
bodies
where
and
they
stuff.
no where they like where we store all of your food that we ship around like Chili's and Chipotle and stuff like that. So it's a lot of frozen veggies and stuff like
That's
that.
cool.
So you warehouse more or less.
Do you ever get to take any vegetables home for any of your vegetable eating animals? That's stupid.
No, but I'm gonna do my own little garden so that way I know exactly what's going into them. So that way I can use them for my lizards and stuff.
Shauna, if you saw me in a banana hammock,
Excuse
you
me,
would not be
kids.
saying that because I look good. Okay,
so Will, do you guys have like I'm assuming, but do you guys have basements there?
Yeah. There's places that have I don't have a basement, but yeah, there's actual places that have basements and whatnot here. Yeah.
I know that's like a
Where you
lot of
keep-
things up north. There's a lot of people do the basements, and that's their whole grow operation. Well, I don't have that pleasure here in Florida. They're not here really.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I was thinking because you're up north. Does he have the basement in that his little laboratory?
So do you have a basement, Will?
No, I don't. But I'm actually in the process of going to start building my shop in the backyard.
Oh, there you go. Nice. That's cool. Well, so what do you? Is it going to be like a reptile shed or a?
Oh yeah, all my stuff will move out there. And, well, both will be out there actually.
Okay. So you breed your own rats. You let everybody know.
Yeah, I do the rats. I do the field mice. I do hornworms, mealworms, Dubai roaches. I do a lot of other things too, scorpions.
That's cool. Yeah, I noticed you haven't had that scorpion. I wish that you would get it and just hold it in your hand and let me see you play with it.
I'll tell you what.
Do you play with it like
that?
Is it a thing that you can do that? I mean, does it let you hold it?
Well, you could probably get away with it with that Asian forest scorpion, but I wouldn't with any of the other ones that I have because they'll make you see light.
For real?
Oh yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, no.
What do you feed something that can kill you, like a scorpion that can kill you? Brains? I mean.
Wait, so these scorpions, wait, you said see light. I didn't put that in perspective, right? Like you're actually saying these things could kill you.
Oh yeah, especially if you're allergic to it. But the only way to find out is if you get stung. So
it's like a bee sting. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Any kind of sting, any kind of insect sting, if you're allergic to it, just like a hog.
But with scorpions, it's a little bit more toxic than a wasp or that kind of a thing. Like
so that's what I'm kind of getting at. Is it actual venom, like venomous, or is it not?
Oh no, they're
venom.
They are venomous.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, you're.
Well, is it called venom? Is that what it's called, or is it called something else?
No, it's
I don't know. Okay,
it's venom. It's just they're hots, but they're not like I guess it's the same as it would be with the hots for snakes. It's the same kind of thing. It's just it depends on the potency. It depends on the species, and it also just depends on like the locality and whatnot with them, because some of them use it for certain things, others use it for certain kind of breakdowns. So everything's going to vary as far as whether it's like a neurotoxin or stuff like that. They're all various, but I like to keep the ones that you probably, unless you're mature enough and responsible enough, you probably shouldn't be touching or keeping. I should say. Yeah. Don't ever touch them.
It's like having a spider. It's kind of like having a spider, that one like Justin's got. I
was just saying, it's like that six-eyed sand spider, because that's like does your nervous. I think it's the neurotoxins.
Well, what I'm saying is when you clean it, you're not handling it. It's kind of like you're just moving it with a stick, or how does that work?
Oh yeah. No, you use at least 2 sets of your hemostats or whatever the case may be, but I also use my light so that way I make them glow and I know where they're at, so that way I can make sure they're in one spot while I do everything that I need to do. But they never come out. They stay in there.
They're small. They're smaller.
I have some that are like Instar 2s and Instar 3s, but I have some that are actually like full grown 7, 6-star, so I don't know if you know the Instars, but they're just like malts levels. They
I'm
shed
over
off
here
and
like,
then they get bigger.
yeah. I don't know. I have no fucking idea what
Well,
you're talking
yeah,
about.
I'm like, there's no way.
But that's why I was interested. That's why I wanted to bring that up, and I'm glad you said something about it because I think that's very interesting. People might not know what you breed or keep or whatever, and I didn't know
Oh
what you
yeah.
kept scorpions, and I seen that on your
Oh,
page,
yeah.
and I was like, wow. And you
Yeah.
don't know, a lot of people, it's not like a common thing where you go somewhere and it's like, yo, I keep fucking deadly scorpions, or
Oh yeah.
it's
No,
wild.
I have 2 that are actually Parthenogenesis species, so they'll just continue to breed, or they'll just produce.
So Jesus
Just
scorpions.
produce and produce.
Nick, that's what Alex keeps trying me to let her get. And I'm like, fuck.
A scorpion? I think I would rather have honestly, I would rather have a scorpion than a fucking tarantula. That's my own honest opinion.
Okay, this is my thing. Is like a tarantula, I got a broom, bro. A scorpion, I don't know if this broom's gonna take care of this, so I gotta go in there and get my pistol and it's about to be game on, like
Did you see that? Did you see that, Will?
Yeah, see, and those are good for beginners, especially because a lot of the things with the scorpions as well is the bigger their pincers, the less their lethal the toxins are in their actual venom, and they're not likely to actually sting you with their stinger. They're more likely going to use their pincers, and they're going to start.
That's why I was asking if they were small. Because I do know the smaller they are, the more deadlier they are.
Yeah, so some can be. You do have your small, your mediums, and your larger size scorpions and stuff like that. The Asians are up there with like the emperors, and then I believe there's a commander or something like that as well. That's a pretty big one too.
Oh yeah, little.
And then like fucking whacking at your ass, like come on.
I think
imagine a prehistoric one of those, man. Game over.
I like them. I think they're cool. I mean, I would probably like to have one that couldn't kill me or hurt me in any way, but I think they're cool,
Would you let it
sure? Do you keep like any, like, I know obviously you do ball pythons and we'll get into that in a minute, but do you do like keep any colubrids, boas, anything like, or lizards or?
I do lizards. I've thought about doing boas and colubrids, but I haven't. I do have 3 types of pythons. I have a lot of farm animals. I have cresties.
You got a lot of ducks too now, don't you?
Yeah, I got 2 ducks today.
Come on.
And then I got a Sudan plated lizard. I got a trio of dwarf sungazers.
Okay, time out. That Sudan plated, that plated lizard. When I seen that the other day when you was posting that, I was like, God damn, because I just started seeing those being like around, like you've seen them on TV and stuff, but
yeah,
you go to a show and frequently and see them at every show you go to, and they're beautiful and they look like they literally look like they have armor on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I watched this guy for about 2 years in a local pet shop. No one ever really bought him or anything. And after 2 years, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy him because I need to figure out if it's male or female first, and then that way I could eventually hunt down the other one. So I went and I bought them. But when we went and inquired about them, they were in shock because no one had ever inquired about them. And that to me tripped me out because I always looked at them and wanted them, but I was like, yeah, at the time I was doing the ball pythons and stuff, and I was slowly starting to get some lizards back because it used to be just lizards. That's all I used to ever do was lizards. Eventually I got into the ball pythons, but
hold on, Ken scared everybody.
Yeah, he just threw me off.
Oh no, Daytona's in September. Oh my God. I was like, honestly, for a split second, I was like, hold on. Because like
you're about to be confused, huh?
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, no, you messed up. Put the green tea down, Ken. Don't do that to us, buddy.
I can't even remember where I was at now, but yeah, I got the Sudan. He was in this. He was in that pet shop for over 2 years, and I just decided I was going to take him. Brought him home. Awesome lizard. I've never worked with them before, but I'll tell you right now, super intelligent, super cool species, and I can't wait to get a female to actually start really working with them.
Is it any kind of? Is it kind of like the same requirements as a bearded dragon or something? I mean, what is the deal?
In a lot of ways, and you know what? They could even have a lot of the same fruits and veggies and stuff like that, like beardeds can.
So they're both insects and
Yep, and I've
So what
been
about
giving
the
mine
temperature?
fruits and stuff. It's been
was
eating
that
strawberries and kale and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's
So what
cool,
about the
man.
temperatures? Are the temperatures the same?
yeah. You know, I get them to probably my bearded. It's a little less than 120. I say about 110 to 98. I don't really like to go any lower than that for the hot spot, but for him, I like to throw it up about that 120 or so. And if he doesn't like it, he's got enough area he can move around and get comfortable.
My question is, like, I keep my bearded dragons out all year, so is that something I could build an outside enclosure?
See, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know anything about them, but I'm sure
they're more of like they're Sudan, so I mean they're like a desert species and whatnot. So they're used to the heat and whatnot. They like to lay on the slate rocks and shit. You know what I mean when they bask. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's funny you said that about, you know, the temperature being very high, you know, like I keep that water monitor outside and in Alabama, it can get 100 degrees outside, but it's in the screen porch and I have a heat emitter in there with it. And people are always like, man, it's too hot. I'm like, dude, do you not understand? Like, they're supposed to be like if you, depending on who you research it from, like up there, like 120 to 140, sometimes.
You're gonna know your lizard better than anyone else, you're gonna know how to read them. And if something's wrong, you're gonna know you need to make adjustments, and you're gonna know when you correct it.
You know, people
you just got to put the damn time into it.
Told me with my bearded dragons that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. On my list, and I know other because I learned it off somebody that else does it in Florida. You know, and
your bearded dragons are thriving out there, Justin. Them red ones,
yeah, like a Euro.
Like
red.
The colors. That's what I was gonna say though. Being inside
is totally different.
Outside, the color. Even my normal girl, that's like a normal bearded dragon color, like. When everybody sees her, they're like, bro, that thing's got a lot of oranges to it. And I'm like, it's just from being outside. It brings out all the action.
Not only that, but I think that air difference as well. Honestly, there's a difference in the air quality as well. Because I used to run air purifying systems back in the day when I used to actually cohab my bearded dragons and stuff. And I would see crazy colors coming out of them just from doing that.
Oh yeah. When I took that monitor outside, when she got big enough to go outside, she's yellow and black. She's just a regular wild type monitor, you know. But dude, I'm telling you, as soon as I put her out there, she looks like the Wiz Khalifa, black and yellow. I mean, I'm talking about like the yellow is like a lemon drop candy, you know. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get
my
more
rats,
out there.
Nick, you got your rats outside. That's like me when I have my ASFs in this bedroom. Actually, I bred my ASFs for like a good long time. Once I moved them out to the garage, and I stay home most times, so I keep my front garage open. I can tell you that breeding production doubled. It took off even more, you know, because now they're getting fresh air constantly.
Yep.
Out that garage.
Yep.
And you're not having to smell it.
And I'm not having to smell it. That's it. Which I didn't really in the bedroom anyways. I cleaned on it.
Well, I know, but that's always been a thing for me is the smell, and that's why I had to wait till I could do it outside somewhat. And then as soon as I got this house, that's one of the reasons I got the screen porch. I wanted this house because it has it, so I can put my animals out there. You know, my tortoise is out in the yard in a pen. My damn monitor's on the porch, and when it storms, I can bring the tortoise in the porch and just let it roam. You know, it just roams around, and my rats are out there, and I don't know. I like having more. I'm trying to put my rat snake. I'm trying to get an enclosure built for my rat snake to put out there. You know, on the screen porch, it would thrive out there. We have rat snakes in the south, and it was humid and it's, you know, damp air and hot as hell. It was lovely.
I think that would be cool too. And you know, you could if you go. Have you ever watched Cap Kennan?
Yeah, for sure.
He has that carpet python he puts outside. I think you could do something similar like that for your rat snake, probably.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, and I'm also looking at enclosures that I can put outside for it for the monitor to put it out there.
Oh,
like
for the monitor. Oh, that'd be cool too.
So wait, Will, did you really get some ducks or did you get eggs in there?
No, I got actual ducks. I don't know if you heard that, but they were just screaming. Yeah, I got two Indian runners.
So this is my question with these ducks. Like, how are you doing this? Are they staying outside? Well, obviously they're going to go outside and stay. But like, do they just stay in the yard and you just feed them, or?
Oh yeah. No, they're right now. They're with the chicks right now all together. And what they'll do is they'll actually just form a flock with the chickens, and they'll grow up with them and stuff, and they'll just hang out in the yard with everybody else. But I'm gonna find out all the whole thing about clipping the wings and all that stuff, so that way I make sure that they don't go nowhere. But I plan on rebuilding my run. Right now I have a 10 by 20 run for the ones outside, but I'm gonna redo the whole thing, and I'm actually gonna put a separator in there for the new flock and the old flock. And obviously these guys will be with the new flock and whatnot. So no, they're gonna be here. I wanted some ducks, man, just to have for backyard.
You gotta hit the flight feathers. Actually, I could show you. If the ducks just like my parrots, I could show you.
For sure.
It's the flight feathers, and it's only like 4 to 5 feathers you gotta click. And
perfect.
I'll do it. You know.
Yeah.
It's gotta and I could you gotta look for the little bloodline. Spread them and look for the bloodline in them, and you'll see it. And just look before it. You know.
Oh.
You're fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. Simple. Yeah, it's really simple. You know, it's really simple.
Farm animals are fun.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna grab another beer, but I guess when I get back, we'll talk some snakes. Y'all get y'all's farm animal talk out of the way.
Yeah, my parents are a little bit different. As I can say, like I could do them, but sometimes it's just like they can fuck you up, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I tallow them and stuff. You want to tallow them the right way and then do it the right way and stuff. But I got Mr. Colbert, so I take him down there and he does it all. But
oh yeah, no, I plan on keeping them around. I wanted a couple little ducks to follow me around in the backyard and whatnot, especially when I'm going between the shop and the house.
That's what I'm working.
Anybody out there? I know Will said he brews beer. If anybody out there brews beer and would like to sponsor the Sippin with Serpents, I love to drink me beer, me mead. I like to drink me mead, so you send it to me.
I used to have some Rhode Island Reds, and I want to get more. And now you told me the ducks. I'm like, sure, that's cool. They'll coop with the chickens. I'll put some couple of ducks in there. Come on,
dude. My chickens have gotten so big.
I was gonna ask you,
dude. They are like this big, dude. And it was. I swear, like I'll go out there, I'll fill the feed up, and it's only two hens. And I'll go out there like 2 days. The food is just gone. It's tore all up. They fucking ate all of it.
Did you get the coop from Amazon, or did you get like Tractor Supply coop?
Well, I got the starter one from Amazon, but I'm gonna get a dog kennel, like the fence style, and I'm gonna get the one with the top and just have a little run out there. But I'm able to put the Amazon hatching box house thing, like have it attached to it, so they can use that as a house. And then I can have that big run, you know, and I can utilize really what that is a rabbit hutch thing.
Right.
It's for rabbits, but you can put chickens in it. It's big enough for like, you know, 1 or 2 little hens, you know. And but yeah, I want to get a bigger one so I can get maybe a couple more chickens. But
I just gotta make mine like really rat proof because bro, the city rats that will come around that chicken coop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have weasels. When I lived out in the country out here in Alabama, down the road, there's weasels around here, y'all. And they will grab, and it's the craziest thing. It's like they're vampires. Because I walked out there one day, and my chickens, I didn't hear no noise. And usually in the morning before work, when I let the dog out, I hear clucking and crowing and all that, flopping around, coming out of the house. So I didn't hear nothing. I walked down there with my flashlight because it's early, it's dark when I go to work. And I see all these chickens laying on the ground with their heads pulled through the chicken coop. And I'm like, damn, what happened? And it was they sucks the blood out of them, dude.
No way.
Yes,
like a fucking vampire?
Like a fucking weasels will suck your blood, dude.
Oh, you're out your mind.
It might be a chupacabra. I don't know, but I'm telling you right, I didn't never see it. And that's what the old timers. That's what
get a couple dual purpose. They're bigger chickens, and they might give them a little competition as far as trying to kill it.
Yep, they are bigger chickens. They're the bigger chickens.
I got a couple dual purpose back there in that the first flock I got in my backyard, man, and there's some big girls.
See, look, Ken said you got a chupacabra.
It might be. You know what else will tear up your chicken thing is them guineas.
Possums.
Yep.
Guineas and stuff like that will grate them.
You got to watch
So I mean, this is kind of a snake deal, and I don't really know. We don't never get to talk to Will, you know what I mean? And that's why I do this show, so that I can get people kind of like a trio, we can get a little bit more personal, so what, we all know you do ball pythons, right? We've been over, you do the rats, whatever, that's old news, but so what what's your genes? I mean, like, what is your niche? You do like, you like the dark, you like the light. What are you comfortable with talking about, of course, but what are you, working, your favorites and essentially, etc.
I thought you were going to ask me what Betty slept on.
I will. Give me maybe one more. When this one's down, I'll ask him what color underwear he wears.
So this one's pretty easy. So my main projects are going to be basically, I have some true ghost stuff that I'm doing, and I have some snow stuff that I'm working on. But within those two, I'm actually going to be doing lights and darks. So I do have a lot of dark. I do prefer the dark stuff, but I also really I really like the true ghost and the snow stuff. So what I wanted to kind of do is bring some of that dark into the light, so to speak. So I can give you an example of that. I can't really show the one I just fed right now, but like I'm getting I have a cinnamon mahogany girl that I'm putting with this albino mahogany male. Okay. So I'm trying to get a Suma het albino that I want to eventually get albino and then have a Suma albino. See what that is, and then not only that, but that will help me with some of my other projects further down the road. So it is going to.
So a Suma albino.
Yep.
I think it's going to be really dark, or I mean, how can I say it? Dark and light yellows.
Yeah, it would kind of probably be like adding GHI to albino. It would probably like highlighter the yellow.
Really
intense. Yeah, because that's what it did when I put GHI with albino the first time. It was like it made the outline of the yellows like highlighter yellow, like the yellowest yellow.
Yeah, but GHI isn't getting as dark as fucking Suma, bro.
No, yeah, and no doubt, and that's why I don't know if I've ever seen a Suma albino.
It's also going to have like one copy of cinnamon on top of it, so you got to remember that too.
Cinnamon's nice, so it's going to smooth it out, but it's still that brownness, so it's still that darkness. So I get it.
And then that's going to go into both those projects, but they're going to have two different lines of Xanthic that I work with. And then
I don't know, Ken. Albino is a pretty damn dominant thing. Usually, if it's got albino in it, it's not like
we're gonna find out.
Overpower the albino, but the albino, you're still gonna albino is gonna. So you're basically saying you're still gonna get color? I don't think so.
Hey, so if that's what you're saying, we actually talked about that with Big D that night. Do y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? And he was talking about having an albino with black lines in it, and I'm like, you can't do that because it's not.
It fights the color. That's the defeating the purpose of albino.
Well, albinism in itself, it's like you can't have a melanistic and a fucking leucistic.
But what if
snake.
you throw like exanthic on top of that?
Hey man, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I mean, there's steps that I'm going to, but I mean, yeah, I'm
Exanthic
trying to make.
albino. I would like to know. Now you got me curious because now that does got my wheels spinning.
I didn't want to get that far, but I mean, I may as well go that far and at least let you guys know where I'm kind of trying to go with this.
That's
if you do a black snake with red eyes and you don't give it to me, I'm gonna fucking cry. That would be, you could call that a dragon, because that would definitely be the epitome of a dragon.
Well, I am very interested in that. Is one of my goals, one of my projects that I have going on. But albino is one of my main, 2 exanthic lines, and I have a tiger line that I like to mess around with too.
So what do you need? Do you need anything to fulfill that want? Or are you pretty good right now? You're just growing stuff out, waiting to see what.
I'm just growing stuff out and just slowly breeding to that point right now.
Sweet. Hell yeah. So how long, that brings me to, how long have you been breeding the ball pythons? Like,
I've started my collection in like 2018.
Okay. That's about when I did it, late 2017. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. So you've been in it. I mean, you've been doing it for a while then, now it's 2025. So, I mean, I'm not good at counting. So, but it's been a couple years, a good few years.
Good question, Ken. Actually, that's a good question. Pop up Ken's question.
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
Like, if you had to have the money, what would you be able to go purchase?
Exactly. If you could get any snake, you could.
Probably a VPI, or not even a VPI, Joloff exanthic or a VPI exanthic tiger head albino or something like that would probably help. But just finding that.
Something impossible to find.
But yeah, anything's possible. Who knows?
And tiger's just one of those that it's hard to. But I'll put the tiger in there myself. I have a super tiger snow in there, anyways. So.
Can we see the snow? What is this snow that you keep?
Okay, so it's the one I'm talking about. It's a super tiger, so it's just it's the tiger to the super form, and then it's albino, just standard albino, and then it's Joloff exanthic.
So it's basically, it's like a exanthic albino tiger, essentially.
Yeah.
So they just call it a snow. Snow's not a specific gene; it's a collection of genes.
It's the albino and the exanthic.
Got you. Okay. I didn't know. I never heard it.
Bowl rapping right now, Ken.
Like the true ghost and the albino hypo.
Can you pull the tiger out? I want to see the super form.
Oh yeah.
I'm so like, I want to know what he's talking. I want to see.
Yeah, I would love to see what it looks like.
Me too, dude. Because he's got me intrigued. I've never even thought about albino.
I've never heard of tiger until you started mentioning it. Like a few days ago. I just nothing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I've never seen her. But when I think of tiger, I think of zebra, maybe.
When I hear tiger, I think of a retic or something.
That too.
And then when I hear snow, I think of boa.
Yep.
So this guy,
I like your shirt, man. It's all good. I like that.
So this guy, he's in shed, but he's just a single form of tiger. But if you can see, he's hypo tiger.
Okay,
but you see all the saddles?
That's wicked, actually. It's all the saddles and striping straight coming down the side.
So it's
and that's why they call it tiger.
It's really drippy.
Yes.
It's got drip. It's got that drip.
Yes.
It is nice. I really do like that, man.
This is just hypo.
tiger.
This is a hypo tiger het VPI, and I have 2 double het VPI hypo females for him.
Very cool. That's a nice looking animal, man.
Actually, that's dope. Can you hold that one back up? Let me see that.
That drip on it, and I don't mean to use that word like I'm some rapper or something, but that drip
No,
is
even the dorsal on that, like look at like that's actually pretty fire.
It's dripping, dude. I mean, for real. I mean, like the way the pattern looks. Look at it. It's like it's like dripping. Like they put a bunch on the dorsal.
It almost looks like a zebra.
I see tiger when I see it. Now that he said that, if he would have never said tiger, I would have thought it looked like a tiger.
That's crazy.
It's not a gene that many really work with, and it's hard for me to find. And when I find a good deal or I find a good pair, I buy them.
Hell yeah.
Here's the super tiger snow, which is going to be hard to pick up.
Hang on, let me get you. Let me blow you up on this one. Hang on, I got you on me.
So it's a super form of tiger, but then you got it all in the albino, more or less.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It looks crazy, dude.
And this is also exanthic too. This is Joel off exanthic, so it's an albino exanthic super tiger.
So that's the tiger snow that you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, because snow is exanthic and albino mixed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm learning something here.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm very interested in that. You know,
so there is your results, Nick, of albino and exanthic put together. You know,
that is crazy. Yeah.
There is your results. But what he's trying to do,
look at the orange.
Those yellows more yellow or orange. You know.
Yeah, look at that orange though, right there. Like,
yeah,
it's so orange looking. That's all, man. Okay. Will ain't playing over there, y'all. You know, hey.
Well, the thing is I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, for sure.
So
you definitely aren't, man.
You don't know how many times I've heard on other places that these are dead genes. I'm gonna show you.
I've never even heard of it. So for it to be dead,
yeah, exactly.
You know? Exactly. But I like that. I like that you go out, you think outside of the box, and you don't just go. That's what I like. I don't like people. I don't like it. I'm not that way. Like I don't go for the hype. I go for what I think's cool, and what I think might
make what you love, what you're passionate about.
Right. Everybody hated the brown turd, and now everybody's got the brown turd.
Yeah, exactly. You get your sunset.
The brown turd because I like the brown turd.
I don't have Ultramil or Monarch. Mine's the hypo. Hypo's mine.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about.
That's clean, yeah.
That fucking tiger hypo, that is our head VPI, whatever. That is that's what I like. That thing is wild. What if you threw GHI to that?
You are GHI.
I am GHI, everybody. If you didn't know, my name is Nick. I'm from 666 Serpents, and I am GHI.
Well, I have a pastel het red exanthic GHI male that's going to be going into this project as well.
Very nice.
So we will see about that as well.
Very good. That's awesome, dude. I'm stoked for you, man.
Oh yeah, man. No, I got some stuff in the tubs that I don't show, but at the same time, I don't have a problem with at least talking about my projects, and not going to give you the end results, but I'm going to show you them when I get there.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be cool with me if you held back. I don't really hold back because I don't breed, wild, expensive shit where I have any competition. I don't got no competition.
See, my thing, I want to go vend. I'm very passionate about that, and I want to go out and interact with people. But I want people to see my snakes and appreciate my snakes. But I also, you get that opportunity. Like this last time I vended, I got a couple sales on little stuff here and there. Didn't sell any snakes, but you know what? I loved it because I got to interact with people that never got to hold a snake, or little kids that wanted to touch a snake or whatever, and just seeing those smiles and just the emotions on their faces and being able to help people get over their scared of snake fears and phobias and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. That's my thing. when I go to event shows is making sure that people understand that these are beautiful pets too. It doesn't always have to have fur and 4 legs. You know what I mean?
For sure. I applaud that. That's it. And that's what I try to tell people, when I do shows. Yeah, I might not make a lot of money, but I met a lot of cool ass people. And I let people hold snakes for the first time. Because, there's a lot of shows people want to charge people, and I get it, but they want to charge or they'll say no. You can come up to my table and hold any snake I have because, like I said, my stuff ain't winning no awards. I'm happy with what I do, but it ain't winning no awards and it ain't nothing special. So I don't really care about it. And you could change somebody's attitude about it. Like you said, people that would never have done it in a million years, they don't like snakes or they're scared of them or whatever. They do it, and then you change their whole outlook.
And not only that, but you want to know what the most popular snake was on my table? It was a double head. That's it. Yeah. Everybody wanted to touch the double head. Everyone liked the double head. Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what gets most of the time. It's a normal that gets people in it at a PetSmart somewhere, and that's all it takes to spark that interest. We got a Heathen up in the house. Oh, Brian, man, what's up, dude? It's good to see you.
What's up, Brian?
You know what I'm saying? Glad you came out, man. I got 12 people on my screen watching it, and I only see 8 likes. Is that shit updated or what? Y'all hitting that like button? Let's go.
Smash that shit.
Like the fucking hatchet wielding hitchhiker, just smash. But hell yeah. Justin, if you have any questions for Will, I'm gonna take me a little green tea break, and I'm gonna let you co-host it for a second.
Absolutely. That's why I got. He's got control. Will just took off on me though, so now it's me.
I'll wait till Will gets back. You feel me? I ain't gonna do you that dirty. You know what I mean?
Well, I wanted to put those guys back, but I brought out another one of my favorites.
Oh, it's got some spider, huh?
That's that tiger.
No.
No, that's definitely spider in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what else? What you got else in there? Some albino?
No. Actually, it might be in a little bit of a shed. It might be. But
hell yeah, Prince.
No, this is basically a killer bee inchy DG.
Oh shit!
Nice. Gotta have a killer bee. You feel me? You got to have the killer bee.
Yeah.
We got some DG going there. Is that a girl or female? Or male or female?
This is a boy. He's a boy. Yeah. I like his little antenna he's got on his head.
Looks like he's got eyebrows. Look at him. He looks like he's got the damn.
They look like little bee.
He looks like he's got the Groucho eyebrow, dude. Oh, Groucho.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites, man. He's definitely got the, I don't know, XYZ DG he's got, but
I'd say he's got more of the yellow DG and not the grayish.
Yeah, so
I got a good question for you. What other species are you working besides the scorpions and ball pythons, or is that just the 2 species that you are?
No, I'm doing some crusty stuff. I'm gonna be doing sun gazers or dwarf sun gazers, and then I'm gonna be doing the Sudans. I don't know just yet what else I'm gonna be taking on, but I have a female. Well, I could bring her out and just show you guys, but I have another python species that I was thinking about working with. And then I have a super dwarf retic, but I don't think I'm going that route. But
right,
he's more of just for my pet. I don't think I'm gonna actually be doing that. But the other one, I keep looking at her, and I'm just like, man, I think I need to buy a male for her.
So you said it's another python species?
Yeah, I can go grab her real quick.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think I might know what it is, but I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be co-hosting while you're doing your green tea. Get out of here. I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, you're good. I got to look.
I'm teasing you, Nick. I'm teasing.
Hey, you know what? A killer bee is always going to strike my attention. As much as I want my spiders back, I can't do it just because I made a decision and I have to stick with it. But I miss my spiders. I had Bob Vu's spider he sent me a while, like years ago. It was a mouthful, spider, hypo, this, that, everything under the sun. Beautiful animal, like purple and orange and everything. And
of course, she's in the shed.
oh, okay. Got you the blood. Is that a blood? Look at you holding now. I know some people that get on there and they won't even pick theirs up.
We know why he's part of the Bloods. We've been messing it the whole time.
Well, you got people that are always scared to grab those snakes. And look,
Bosa, you're touching Bosa's heart right now.
Yeah, Bosa loves you.
Oh yeah, well, Bosa knows I like my blood too, man.
Hell yeah.
Bosa likes to call them puppy dogs. They make puppy dogs, Bosa. Them a pit bulls.
Oh, she's a sweetheart, man.
Oh yeah,
she's a Matrix. She's a Matrix, and her name's Trinity from the Matrix.
Oh my god, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I assume you name all of your snakes like I do.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Do your kids get involved? Do your kids ever name them like Daisy or Simba or something like that?
Oh yeah, no, I got a Pinky, I got a Nugget. What else? There's a couple other ones, but yeah, no, most of the ones I name, they're all gods and stuff like Apollo.
Mine are all satanic and demonic. This is it. This is the Dark Lord speaking. You're watching 666 Serpents Sippin.
Yeah, no, she's definitely in shed. I can tell, but as you can tell, even in shed, she's still.
Okay, so how old is a snake like that? How old is that snake that size? That's what I'm wondering. Because how big will it get?
You know the size.
Oh, it's not done growing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you know the size of poops that thing has, bro? Them things are.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like I'm wondering how old it is because I know. Don't those snakes hit a time where for like a couple of years they stay about that size and they get really big and then they blow up?
Well,
they just get longer.
Well, here's the thing with any snake, really, they never stop growing. It's just they stop growing spurts. You know what I mean? They just grow slower. Kind of a deal. But bloods, man, they can get pretty damn big and they get pretty damn hefty. And honestly, I kind of like to watch her weight and stuff, and I don't speed feed or anything like that with her because honestly, I'm more of a want to keep her on the lean side so she has a longer lifespan because people are like to thicken them up and get them all real fat, and it just shortens their lifespan.
Right.
But that's with anything, honestly.
Sweet babies, Bosa. That's why.
Well, it's like I feed
alligator.
Well, I feed my monitor, and people are like, that monitor should be bigger. And I'm like, dude, these animals are not eating like that in the wild. And it takes a long time. Think about a monitor or a snake like that. They might eat once a month, maybe when they're little, if they're lucky, So when you got certain animals, I don't think it's good to, like they tell you when you get a water monitor, feed it every day. Every day feed it, and it's like, dude, no. You know how long it would take a water monitor to hunt down a roach in the wild or a locust? And people are sitting there just feeding it 12, 15 every day. I'm like,
if you ever want to know how to not feed an animal, just go to one of these pet stores, the big chain ones, and ask them, and they'll let you know not how to take care of your animal. You never feed them daily. Never. And you go by the weight of
their guide from pet stores. It's like, I hate to say it, but I've thought about it. Like, why not, like, as us, like, make care guide sheets and just take print a stack of them out and go to pet
You know,
stores.
it's funny you say that. I have those. I reached out to boa companies and python companies, and they sent me stacks of care sheets, like not PetSmart bullshit, but like actual breeders and shit. And they sent it like Voodoo Magic Boas. I don't know if y'all have heard of them, but look them up. They sent me a bunch of pamphlets about boas, and I put them on my table and I give them away. I just say,
See, I
I
have
have business out of that. Honestly,
well, it's good information.
You can go to pet stores and sell them packets. Like, okay, so you go to pet store and say, okay, you sell ball pythons, you sell tortoises, you sell this, that. I'll sell you stacks of packets of info care guides that you can give to your customers when you sell animals.
So what this is my Linktree QR code that I set on my table or whatever, and people can go to it. And there's a link on my Linktree that goes to care guides and stuff that I've looked up, and I've taken the time and put the links in for people to do bioactive setups, how to take care of ball pythons, and if you're wanting to do terrariums or whatever the setup may be, there's something in there that can show you and point you in the right direction. And I'll let people know that.
That's awesome.
Even when I sell my snakes, I give them a birth certificate, and it got all this information on there, plus my QR code. So that way they know they can call me if they need to, but if they don't want to, for whatever reason, there's at least stuff there that they can go back to and look at.
Well, it's good that you took the time out to do that, man. And hey, let's all give it up for Will, because most people will sell you an animal and send you the fuck on your way and get to the next person.
Oh, no, dude.
He's taking the time out to actually set links up to a QR specific code that you can scan and just have every information that he uses, that he agrees with. And I think, dude, that's a very, very smart thing to do.
Yep, I'm gonna start doing like some Palm Street stuff, and when I do, that's kind of what I want to have on my so when I'm auctioning animals off to people that don't know, I can be like, hey, there's a link for the crested gecko, or hey, there's a link for the ball pythons, so these people know exactly
that's
what.
Awesome.
Of course, I'm probably gonna get that option too, where they can always hit me up and contact me. I've never not anybody the wrong way, especially if I sell you animal. It's not happening.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put those care sheets and stuff up there if I don't believe in them. Like, they're Wiccans, wicked reptiles, they're BHB, you know what I mean? It's legit stuff that I would go buy, if I was a beginner, because I know and I see how popular these places are.
And you want to keep it cheap and price friendly for everybody, too. So you make
it's funny that we're talking about that, because literally I have had somebody contact me for the past 5 days about a snake that they bought from PetSmart. The other night when we were doing the show, I had a call, and that was them. And they don't understand what to do. And it's not their fault. I get it. I've been there. They don't understand what I'm talking about, because I'm a reptile guy, and they're really not. So you're having to explain to them, and then you're like, where'd you get it? And they're like, PetSmart. They told me. I said, why do you got a light on that ball python thing? Why don't you got press and seal over that screen? That's why it's not eating. And so I set them up with a tub and everything and a heat pad, and I gave them all that shit. And the fucking snake ate a rat. I gave them a little hopper. It ate that night. As soon as they said, as soon as that thing went in there, and it's all about information. And I hate to say it, PetSmart, all them. It's bad information, people. If you're going to buy an animal, and I don't want to be the guy that's like, don't buy the animals from the pet store, because they need a good home. And if you can do that for that animal, do it. But if you're a brand new person getting into snakes or lizards or any kind of exotic birds or anything, any exotic animal, go to a breeder that has good reviews and that will answer the phone when you call. Like Will, he's got a QR code. You go by his table, you see that QR code, you're buying from him because he cares. And if anything happens and you got questions, he's going to answer that damn phone. You know what I mean? That means a lot. And little stuff like that goes far, like in the community and in the hobby. Because
I can't tell you how many people, though, I've heard say, like, I have a light bulb on my ball python. I'm like, hey, don't need that. Just take that shit away. And they're like, what? Really? Like, I wanted to have natural light and this and that. And I'm like, listen.
It's sucking your humidity out of the air.
If you want natural light, put it close to your window in the house and let that natural sunlight come through there.
Hold on, we got the Pink Panther in the house, y'all.
And it ain't gonna want that natural sunlight either. You're gonna see it in the hide over there because you got a little cave in.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly what happened. That snake wasn't eating because it was in that big ass glass enclosure that PetSmart recommends. Listen to this. I went to PetSmart, right, and we bought it was a bearded dragon. Okay, it was a baby. It was this big. It was brand new. It shouldn't have even been sold. It was so small, but we bought it because my stepdaughter wanted it so bad. We named it Puff, the magic dragon. And I took that thing and I took it up to the counter and they said, "Do you have a cage for it?" And I said, "I got a 10-gallon at home I'm not using. I can put it in there till I get a bigger one. It's this big." Listen now. Remember this, everybody, that big. So they're saying, "No, we can't sell it to you if we know you're going to put it in a 10-gallon. My jaw hit the fucking floor because I'm used to buying reptiles at pet stores in the 90s. It's been a long time since I bought a pet at PetSmart. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't care back then. I mean, they didn't. It's none of their fucking business anyway, what I know and what I don't know. If I say it can go in there, it's my animal. I can put it in that fucking 10-gallon. It's fine. And she said, well, you have to buy this. And it was a 40-gallon enclosure. And all they're trying to do is upsell you, first of all, but they won't sell it to you. They will not, they will deny sale. They'll call the manager and everything because they ended up doing that to me because I told them I'm not paying $250 for all that shit that I don't need and I got it at home already. And they're like, "No, well, we can't sell it to you." So I went to damn, pet supermarket and got a bearded dragon for cheaper. And they didn't ask no questions. And I'm just like, this is crazy, dude.
I'll tell you, you never again buy a bearded dragon from pet.
Have you ever Googled the requirements for a bearded dragon?
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's not even actual what it's supposed to fucking be.
The pamphlets at PetSmart that they have hanging on the wall, the little PetSmart pamphlets. If you read that shit, it will make, and you're a reptile person, it will make you cry.
I'll actually get down to a big thing with bearded dragons and pet stores. Pet stores like Petco and all of them, they're mass production.
They're fucking crazy,
production and facilities. Now, there's a virus called the Indino virus that goes through these bearded dragons. Now, if one gets it, they all get it. So you don't understand how thousands and thousands. I'm telling you, I've watched videos and shit, and I kind of got on the right. These facilities have thousands of these bearded dragons pushing out, and almost every fucking one. And I didn't know this until I talked to my vet, and my vet, Dr. Colbert, he's a fucking genius. This guy, he messes with all exotic animals down to parrots, everything. This guy knows shit. This guy is great. And he was telling me all about the Dino, and then I went home and researched more. And I was like, "Holy crap!" But this is a big thing. He's like, "Do not buy a bearded. If you want good bearded dragons, go to Morph Market, go to Palm Street, something like that.
Back in the day, you don't really think about shit like that, and
right.
You see that little bearded dragon.
That's the most common.
There was
animal. If you look it up, though, it's the most common animal from Petco and PetSmart bought and go home and die 6 months to a year later.
That's cool, man. Yeah. I like that. That's a good thing to do that your wife does. That's fucking awesome.
The late 90s, early 2000s, dude, you were lucky to get any kind of information.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had to do what you was told from the pet store, When I got my leopard gecko, they're like heat rock. And now if you tell someone you're using a heat rock, they'll crucify you. And they will banish you from the community. But that's the thing is what I tell people. But they still sell them. But let me tell you something. I had a fucking leopard gecko when I was 5 years old. It was named Pebbles. And that was my best friend. He sat here. And I had that fucking lizard, right? It lived on sand. And it had a fucking deer antler and a hide and a heat rock in a 10-gallon aquarium. This was like 93. You know what I mean? And so it lived in there till I moved out when I was 17. I had to give it away because I couldn't take care of it no more. I had it for all those years. The dude I gave it to had it for another 10 years. It lived forever. And it had a heat rock the whole time. It never got burnt. It never ate sand and that's the thing. It's people really
are tough, though.
animals are tough. And you think that if you think your snake is not eating cocoa husk when you feed it on it, you're crazy.
Oh,
Well, listen to this. I just looked up bearded dragons, right? So bearded dragons in wintertime they go into brumation. And like Eddie was Serpentine Exotics, so I'll shout out Eddie. Eddie's my homie. He's taught me with everything outside keeping. Eddie, if you want to go check out Eddie's page, I will shout him out because I will tell you, Eddie, like you go check his page out. Everything he does is outside. The shit is fucking amazing. The guy knows his shit. Okay, he's taught me with my bearded dragons. And I just looked it up at brumation. If you look it up, they say the coldest temp that they can get in brumation is 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a lie. That is a lie. Go look up right now what is the coldest temp that Australia gets in winter, and it's around 30 to a little below 30 degrees.
Well, you got to think too.
Where
do
bearded
go
dragons
underground.
live, and this is the thing that when I called Eddie one day, I was like, Eddie, like they go in brumation, like bro, can they handle this cold temp? Man, when I look it up, he's like, look up Australia and when it gets cold there for winter. And I looked up, I was like, holy shit, it actually gets cold. And he's like,
and it's a desert cold.
That's as cold as they can handle it. And I was like, damn. I was like, so this is wrong. And it's true. Like, I don't bring my bearded dragons in unless we hit below 30 degrees. If it's 30 degrees outside, they're fine.
And that's rare for where you're at.
Perfectly fine. No problem.
See, that's why I have to, I put the plastic around my porch for my animals on the porch because it does get kind of cold here in the winter. I mean, it'll freeze,
You get cold than me, though. You get cold.
Oh, yeah, I do. You don't get that cold. But I remember the first winter that Lizard was out there last winter, I had a water heater that I bought and put in that big ass cement. It's the big cement mixing tub, it's like a shit ton of gallons. And I had that heater in there and it would keep the water like 70 degrees because she's a water monitor. And I don't know if y'all keep water monitors, but they basically live in the water. And she loves it. She'll sleep in it and prop her head up on the rock and shit. But I didn't want her to get too cold. So I put the heat light. Y'all remember the videos I did for last winter I had my rats with the heat light and all. And dude, the power went out or something. And she was in that water. And I remember I woke up and I fucking took off. Like the power was off. And the first thing that went through my mind was damn ducky outside. And the tortoise is fine. My Redfoot can handle that shit. No problem.
Right.
Because it don't really get that cold on the
Redfoot actually handles some tough shit. That's another one. That's
yeah. Redfoot can handle. I wouldn't say
can't handle this cold. And I have a buddy here that has Redfoots outside, and like I said,
I wouldn't say that it can live outside with its 20 degrees, but it can handle the inside of the porch as long as it don't get frost on it, and it's not like 20 degrees for more than so many hours. It's not. But I mean, I wouldn't leave it outside if it's that cold. But yeah, the water was freezing. Like, because I remember the heater and I was like, I ran out there and I went and she was laying there like, I thought she was dead. I freaked out and it was early. I had to go to work and I was tripping. So I grabbed her and she didn't even move, dude. And I don't know if, water monitors are not like that. You touch them, they're going to fucking slap you. They're water monitors and they're not all like Slinky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm trying to like, and the only thing I could think was I went and got a damn jacket, my wool fucking mountain jacket, and I put that bitch on and I put her in it, and I fucking got in the warm shower. I didn't have the water hit me, but I had the steam, and it was hot as hell in that shower. And she finally came up, got to where she was like getting warmer, and then I kept her ass inside for like 3 days and watched her, but that shit won't happen again. And that's when I put that red light.
You guys hear this? He got in the shower with that baby, put a jacket around him and got in the shower.
Hell yeah, that's like my
do what you gotta do.
Hell yeah, that's my baby. That I've always wanted a water monitor. We were at a show. Morgan, bless her heart, she fucking wanted a water monitor. We would never be able to get one if this wouldn't have happened. And we had a champagne pinstripe proven breeder female, and we had a bunch of babies from her. So I think we traded 2 babies and the female, the mom, to these people that ran like a pet store. They didn't breed. They basically did like they sold animals. They buy bulk and sell.
Just the mom and pops.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't have a problem with that as long as you do it right. And they did it right.
Yeah.
They're from South Alabama, and I wish I remember their name, but they traded us that water monitor for it. And no shit, the first time I held it, at that show, it shit all over me. It just squirted on me, and it was like, I have to take you home. You marked me. And ever since then, I can't, I love that lizard. If anything happened to that lizard, I'd be
So
heartbroken.
do you know guaranteed if it's a male or a female, or do you not know?
From everything that I've researched, I think, and the vet, I take it to the vet, because it does stay outside. And, regardless of what I might like to think on them hot days, it's not eating that food right away, and that food might get warm, and I need to get the parasite medicines for it and stuff, and they check it. But the vet thinks that it's a female. I think it's a female. And the, breeders that I've talked to, because I've took it to shows with me to ask breeders there, and they think it's a female. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking it is. I want to get a black dragon. I really want to breed water monitors. That's what I really. If I had the opportunity, I'd sell all my snakes and I would chuck the lizards.
You see the albinos?
So there's an Australian site. I'll send you the link, Nick, that you can get all your flea medicine, everything you can think of for any animal, vet products mailed to U.S. And it's cheap as fuck instead of going to your vet and spending all this. So if like, what I'll do is I'll hit up Colbert and he'll tell me the shit that I need.
Ratio and everything.
He's actually the one that showed me the website. He's like, this is the same shit.
That's what you do for your bearded dragons in case they eat any bugs out there.
Right. So so he'll tell me the list, and I'll just go on that website and I'll order it and have it shipped here. It just takes a few weeks because it comes from Australia. Yeah, but it's all the exact same. Even my flea medicine, bro, for my dogs, I order now from there because it's way cheaper than going to my vet to get the Trio or whatever it is called.
Simpurica.
Whatever. Trio. Whatever.
I use Simpurica, and it's fucking over $100 for both of the dogs.
This Australian website, you can get like months for like $30-$40.
Hit me up, homie. Send me the link.
I got you.
It's better than driving to Mexico for some fucking.
And all of it comes from Australia. And like even for horses, it's got every animal. You just choose the animal that you got, and they'll start throwing up the list of shit that you need.
That's wild, man.
It's
That's good though.
I wonder if they have that cleaner I use. I have a veterinary cleaner I use, and I'm almost out of it.
What do you
call it? I'm telling you, they have any and everything on there. If Fries was in here, Fries would be like, hell yeah. Like, bro.
I use chlorhexidine when I clean. And honestly, I use a diluted bleach when I deep clean. I ain't gonna lie. As long as you use bleach in the right way, that is one of the best things to sterilize shit with, You don't want to go straight.
Ask your sister about the Australian, because your sister's a vet. Ask her about the Australian websites where you can get all the vet medicines here. And it's way cheaper, but it's all the exact same. Like, my vet knows about it. He's been like, yo, all that's the real deal shit.
See, I would ask my vet that,
but no regulations over there like there is here.
He's not
so like, and I hate it because
it's F10. F10 is what I use.
The F10. I'll send you guys a link. I'll put it in the chat. I got you guys.
Sweet.
But it's kind of crazy. Like I said, it's because my vet always wants like, oh, your dog needs a checkup so we can give him some.
Dude, I just took Bilbo. You remember I got that dog?
I'm like, yo, fuck that shit.
Look, I got that dog last April, right, from the pound, and I went and he was a puppy, and I had to go to the vet. That was expensive as shit. Now they called me. It's already been a year. I had to take him back. It was $150 plus another $100 for him and the French bulldog Simpurica, which is the flea, the tick, the worm, and all that shit.
Bro, this shit, you're gonna love this site. You're gonna love this site.
It's $100.
Like the rabies shot, go to your local farm store and you can buy the rabies kit where you can give your dog the shot himself, and it gives you the tags and all that shit.
Well, he loves seeing those ladies. Those ladies at my vet are so hot and cute and nice. And every time we go, he is all for it. And I told the older lady that worked there, Last time he was jumping up and down, raising hell, wanting to play. And he went back there and she said, he's excited. And I said, yes, ma'am. I'd be excited too if them cuties was hollering, telling me I'm cute and telling me to come to the back room. You know, I'd be happy as hell too. So I like taking him, and he gets a lamb chop after. He's spoiled as fuck. Yep. These dogs, my bougie ass French bulldog won't even go outside and piss when it's raining. I have to have an umbrella because he won't get his little feet wet. You know what I mean? Little bitch, dude.
That's my English bulldog, bro. If it's wet outside, he will hold his poop all day. He won't piss all day. He'll look at you like, bro, I'm not going out there. It's not happening. And then like I'll like go to pick him up and he does his dead weight shit where he literally just like splats out on the floor like he ain't getting it. And he's an English bulldog, like the Georgia Bulldog mascot. Like he's a fucking little pink, you know.
Do you have to get his anal glands cleaned out regularly?
No, hell no. Because once you do that, you have to do it regularly. I've never done that, and my dog, no problems at it. Now don't get me wrong, if he sits next to you and you got a fart, motherfucker will run you out.
That's any bulldog species. That's pit bull.
So my Frenchie, though. I was about to say, so my Frenchie.
Yeah, my French bulldog will run you out of the house. He's he's that big. You know?
My little Frenchie's a shithead, bro. She runs this show over here. She is the ultimate. I'll never buy a Frenchie again in my life.
No, me either, dude. Me either. It's too expensive. It's a bougie. It's a special needs dog in the way that you have to take it to the vet every other month. It gets allergies in its ear. It gets skin allergies.
She's had like what 3 surgeries?
Oh, mine too. Yeah, thousands of dollars. The dog. Okay, it's like the commercial. The dog.
Physical word for it is a bitch.
The surgeries $10,000. Total $15,000. The experience priceless.
I definitely
got probably about 25K in it.
Oh yeah, it's fucked up, dude. But I love the little dogs.
Oh, she still wakes up every morning and eats cat shit out in the backyard. And
oh, that's fucked, dude.
I call them her morning biscuits. As soon as she goes out that back door, she's going out to get her some more biscuits. I'm like, you fucking quit it.
Yeah, is this what you were talking about, Will? Chlorhexidine, the blue shit?
No, he mentioned the F10. That's what it is. Is what I used the. They used to have a orange labeled F10 back in the day. Now they have like a F10 that's like a XC or something like that, and it's like a green liquid.
Oh, I've seen the green stuff. Does that work good?
Yeah, it's super concentrated stuff, so a little goes a long way. And I just throw it in a little spray bottle, and that's what I use for my tub cleaning.
So it's funny you say that. Is it made by natural products, the green stuff? Because I use green tea, or not green tea. I'm sorry, I'm stuck in that. I use green soap. You know the stuff that tattoo shops use, green soap?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's actually for your face cleaning and your hair follicles to clean those. Yep, and since I'm going bald, I always have green soap around, and it's a tincture. So it's super concentrated, and I've been wondering if I could use if that would be good to use because it's all natural. It doesn't have anything bad. It's all like plant derived. So is that the same kind of the same as what you're talking about, or is yours a heavy chemical?
My stuff is the stuff that they say they use at veterinary offices and stuff like that to actually sanitize and whatnot at vet sites, but that stuff you might want to be careful with because not all plants and stuff like that are susceptible to certain, species and whatnot.
Yeah.
So be careful with that,
And I haven't used it because I've been wondering about it and I didn't know. I use chlorhexidine, the vet.
That's what a lot of people.
Yeah, she told me
why
that was
Nick is bald, guys, because he put this chemical on his head and he thought it was for his hair for years.
Yeah, and it made me go bald. I'd have sued them son of a bitches like every other red-blooded American. I'm getting a lawyer. Fuck this shit.
So hopefully he'll be driving a Lamborghini soon.
Hey, if I had a Lamborghini, it wouldn't matter if I was bald or not. And let me tell you something. This is messed up. We talk crazy stuff on this show, so I'm gonna bring up some women talk real quick. I had this girl come over not long ago, right? I just got a brand new pickup truck, you know? And the only reason that girl come over is because I got a brand new pickup truck, because we was outside and she said something about it. And I was like, you know what? No. You know what? No. But it was so crazy how, it does play a role. So if you have a Lamborghini, you're set, dude. I mean, it doesn't even matter. You could be like what is that, Danny DeVito, and you're pulling them, dude. You're pulling.
I tell you right now, I have a buddy that drives a Lamborghini, and the stories he tells me that he deals with women, bro.
Bet.
You don't want to deal with that shit either, And
no, hell no.
Because he's younger than me, so I can call him kid. But this is a good kid that's got a really good head on his shoulders, and the shit that he deals with women, I'm like, bro, that's crazy, Just some money hungry, thirsty shit. Is money really what it is?
Yeah, you heard what he said about the horses. I bet them vet bills are pricey.
Yeah, that's also a lot of work, bro. And I'm not shoving my arm up no horse's ass either.
Yes, you will, Justin. You probably do that just.
I'm not putting on no gloving.
That's Justin's kink, everybody.
He will. We all know Nick will.
I don't do horses. I don't mess with horses like that. I'll ride a horse, but I like bulls. I like the artificial bull.
I also heard the ivermectin is actually pretty good for mites and stuff like that too. You put a little bit of Dawn dish soap in there and water and kind of mix it all up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, you're talking about Dawn?
Yeah, well, because they're talking about ivermectin.
Yeah, ivermectin actually is a big. A lot of people are using that for cancer and curing cancer, and it's getting a lot of. Actually, I have a buddy here that his daughter got arrested. She's alive and everything, and she went through some crazy shit. Young woman, and ivermectin is what she used, and he believes solely that that's what cured her cancer. And she is not doing nothing anymore, and everything. Thank God, it's a blessing. But his wife is the one that looked up the research, and they were giving her ivermectin in capsules every day, and she was eating them. And showed up to the doctor and was about to go through like a bunch of crazy shit with chemo, and didn't even have to do it. It's gone.
So yeah, hey, anytime you can beat anything like that, it's good. But if you can do it like that, that's even better, because you don't want all that other crazy crap, the doctors give you and all that.
That's one thing I've tried to get my mom to try, and my mom's just hard-headed. So,
well, I used to tour doing music and stuff, and like I used to beat the shit out of myself, and I'd be gone for months, and I'd come back, and my buddy, he wasn't the drummer at the time or the bass player. He was after I left. He was just a really good friend. We all used to go to his house and party and do stuff we shouldn't. And his mom was cool as hell with us. We were young, but she had I don't know if y'all have heard of it. It's called Zeja plants. It's like Zeja, and they have powder form of it, and it comes from the plant. And they call it the tree of life. That's what they market it as, because it's not been known to, not really kill cancer cells, but retard the growth and stop the growth and stuff like that. And it works as it's like a cure. Like if you don't, if you're on tour, you playing music, you're broke, you're not eating. You might eat a bowl of ramen maybe once a day, maybe. So when you get back home, you're wore out, you're exhausted, you need energy, you need whatever. And if you chug that, I'm talking about like instant. You feel like you could just go back out on the road and do another fucking 60
about like kombucha?
It's Zeja. It's like Z.
Yeah. I know what you're kind of talking about. It's like a herbal thing.
Yeah. It's herbal. It's all natural. It's just derived from it looks like a tree.
Yeah.
Like a plant. Yeah. And they get the powder from it. You can buy it. And a lot of people think, a lot of that stuff is like, people don't really believe it, but I mean, I believe it because I've drank that stuff and it really did help me. So if there's any kind of thing like that, I try to do it for sure. But I can't really find this.
Yeah, John, that's actually pretty dope.
Well, you don't make tea out of it like you could get the leaves off the tree, you could eat the bark, you could chew on the bark, anything from the Zizia plant. Or no, it's not a Zizia plant, it's a marang. Zizia is what it is called. The brand is called that sells the powdered form for like water.
So
You
at
pour it
this
into
point,
water.
don't take it. It could be poison. No, I'm kidding.
No, it works, dude. It's called the moringa. I think it's called the moringa tree. I'm not sure. I'm not good with crazy different language words, but yeah,
So
you
it's kind of
could.
like the aloe vera plant where it actually has some medicinal uses from it, right?
Yeah. No, it does help you for sure. Like his mom actually had cancer. That's how she knew about it because she got breast cancer, and she took that, and she swears that it helped because she didn't do chemo. She didn't take all that. She's like a hippie, like she don't do
Well,
doctors.
well, honestly, some of that stuff though actually does work, and I'll vouch for it. Like the ginger, Jamaica, stuff like that. That
For
stuff
sure.
really helps with colds and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, it does work though.
And every time I have the flu or I feel like I have a cold or something like that, if I start drinking, like just
Honey and
some
tea or
ginger,
something, or ginger.
or
Yeah.
even ginger ale or something like that. The ginger ale or hot tea with honey and lemon.
Yep.
And dude, I mean, right there, herbal medicinal.
Speaking of the medicinal, weird herbal wives' tales, if you take an onion, listen for real, if you're sick as hell, like the flu, and you take an onion and you cut it in half and peel it and put it by your bed, when you wake up in the morning, you'll be able to breathe out of your nose, and the onion will be all yellow and mushy and moldy because it sucks all the toxins out of the air. It's wild, but it really fucking works, man. It's crazy.
See, and I've heard something like that, similar to that, but I think they say that you put it in your sock on like your bottom of your feet, and it helps to.
That's what
bring
my
all that
grandma
stuff out,
said.
too.
That's what she did. Yeah, that's what my grandma
Yeah.
did. She would lather her feet with Vicks, and then she put onion in it, and then she put wool socks on the hottest socks she had. It's
Did you ever
weird.
notice it was always Sprite, never 7-Up? It's Sprite.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Sprite and like Diet Cokes in my grandma's house. No, for sure. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the Indian medicine man is the wisest man in all the land. And if you listen to him, you will be straight, man. If you let that rattlesnake bite you and you smoke that peyote, you will live a long and prosperous life. Every time I think about a medicinal like medicine man, I think about the what is that backcountry spat. What am I thinking of?
Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, Fear and Loathing. Yeah.
Oh,
I think about that. You know what I mean? And that's all I can think of. Sounds like peyote and drugs and rattlesnakes.
Yep.
He's back, Vance. He had to go get a beer. We drink on this show. This is the drinking show. And not to get too ahead of myself, but next week I'm gonna have another. See what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rotate my guest co-host. Now it's Justin. Next week it'll be another RWO top.
Oh, so he says I suck, guys. That's what he says.
No, you're doing a great job. You are doing.
He gotta kick me out. That's what he's doing, y'all. You see this? I'm not worthy enough.
No, but for real, and then we'll have a big party after I get through the rotation, and we'll have everybody up there. We'll just bullshit for an hour and a half, talk, whatever.
A round table session.
John said Justin got fired. I got fired already. First night. I didn't even
I'm gonna switch it out because, like I said, I want to be able to. Because when we do the RWO show and you have all these other shows you do, like for instance, we did Keys. We took over Keys shows last night, y'all. Y'all need to go check that out on Keys page. That was a good hair down Friday. That was a fun ass time, and I really appreciate you having the RWO family out there. That was awesome,
And you guys should check out Wizard Show tonight if you're not already over there, but check it out.
Yeah,
play game over here. You guys need to hit them likes, subscribes, all that shit on Replay Game.
I think they talked about to cut or not to cut, so that's going to be a good one. I got to replay that after we do our thing.
I'm going to too. But the other thing, though, on top of all that, is it gives all of us a chance to ask those questions to one another, and actually learn a little something new about one another as well by doing the switch up like that, which is
because when you have a lot of people, you can't really there, and it's not anybody's fault, but there's a lot go like Mark, for instance. We don't hear from Mark a lot. We don't hear from you. We don't hear from Vance a lot, and that's I want to get people to know y'all, and I want people to know me, of course, but I don't care if they know me. I want them to know y'all, since y'all are y'all are the homies. Y'all are RWO family. So I'm gonna get other people. I got Black Lagoon Creatures coming out next week. So everybody needs to tune into that. That's going to be cool. They're cool people. They got awesome animals, and that's what I'm wanting to do. People that are either getting their name out there more. I want to be a help. I want to help that. So anything I can do to help anybody out there watching this. If you ever want to be on the show, like a personal thing like this, hit me up, and I will get you on, man. And we'll talk.
And it's a real nice switch up.
He takes head rubs too, guys. So if you guys some good luck head rub charms, he more than I think it's like $2.50.
I'll do it for free. I mean, I'm not going to charge you. I like it.
He's free. I was trying to put a little money in his pocket, but
I'm cheap. Hey, look, merch you see at the bottom, my Printify. If you're worried about the prices, I literally make like 10 cents a shirt, people. So go down there and get some merch, man. Go to Justin's and get some merch. Y'all drop y'all's Printify links if you got them in the comments real quick, so everybody can go check that out too, man. And it's there because we got a lot of RWO merch out. Mark from Rat Bastard Royals, hit him up. He's got some atomic bomb shit blowing up on his merch, so for sure. And like I said, Black Lagoon's merch is sick. They're doing a special edition Freddy Krueger shirt, which he's sending me a shirt, but I'm kind of jealous. I might have to go and buy the Freddy Krueger special edition. So
that'd be dope.
It's dope.
You guys watch out for that new show coming up. It's coming.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and spill that? You want to tell them what's going on with that, or
I just spilled enough. They got to watch the replay.
Thunderdome. Go watch the Thunderdome.
Go
learn about Justin's new show he's got coming out, because it's going to be a tongue tire, and you ain't gonna know what's coming, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck? Did he just say that? He really just said that? He talked about that?" And it's going to be awesome.
I'm doing what nobody has done and people have asked for,
and we appreciate it. Hey, I'm down for it.
I'm coming out and receiving. I watched it on Billy's channel where people were asking Billy, like, why did nobody do this? You know what? You want it? I'm giving it to you. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving it to you.
Give the people what they want, Choochie. Give the people what they want, baby.
I need you as a people, the audience, you guys in the chats, everybody listening. I need you guys to come to me with information that you don't like in this hobby. I don't want it to be somebody you hate. I'm not getting into drama bullshit. So you can keep that shit over on your own self. But you got news, something you don't like in this industry that a lot of people talk about that needs to be discussed and brought to the light. Come on over. I'll bring it to the light.
Well, I usually go about an hour and a half. I don't like to take up too much people's time, and I feel like I learned a lot about Will, and I'm excited to see your crazy dark albino Suma creation tiger snow whatever.
I want to see more tiger.
Me too. That tiger really did it for me, and I think even just a normal tiger, one single gene tiger without the hypo would look dope too. I want to.
So are we going to see it in more recesses with you? Are we going to see some clown with it? Or are we going to see some other stuff? Or
I do have
your beans, but
no, I do got a lot of other recessives. There is one that I'm working on right now, trying to get visuals of, and it's puzzle. So
okay. That's a good thing to be working on, right now in this time, day and age,
Yeah, but that's what I'm kind of curious to see what it does with is puzzle. But I'm also kind of curious about Pied, to be honest with you.
Okay. I have one Pied male, and that's it. I don't really. Pied to me is so hard because it's hard to know like most of the time, I'm going to be honest, for me anyway, it is very hard for me to tell what that is.
To me,
in all honesty,
pies for colors, not patterns.
Yeah. And sometimes it depends on what's in it. It could make or break you. And if you don't know what's in that thing, you can get screwed, or you could screw somebody else. And I don't want to take that chance.
That's like a little side project thing I got going on too. Is I'm actually going to be throwing certain genes in with pieds, try to bring a little bit of pattern back in consistently, and then I'm going to work on doing a little bit of pattern disruptor. But I want to also make sure that the color's in there as well, because obviously we know color works well.
You want my opinion though? Like when you get pattern to the pieds, that's where you get into your emoji pies.
Yeah.
So that's like the closest to pattern to me. That's cool and intriguing. I can tell you what.
That's why I like low white
pied. That's emoji pie like a motherfucker. And like people come over that don't know nothing about ball pythons, and I can show them a $5,000 snake in my drawer, and they can care less about that. When they see the emoji pie, they're freaked out.
Well, pies are good in the aspect to have on the table because they're going to sell, like you said. They're eye catching, they're beautiful, but my thing is if I could make consistent low white pies, then I would do it, But when you get a pie that has this much pattern on it, what is it? Who the fuck knows what it is? Unless you breed it back to a normal and it's a codom or some shit, or you have a recessive that was in the parents of that pie, you can try to breed it back and try to find out, but who wants to do all that? You know what I mean?
See, the best pie to me is
I applaud you for it. I'm glad there's people like you for that, because I'm not patient for that.
But the best pie to me is an equal amount of both. I want the equal amount of saddles and an equal amount of white. I don't want too much white and I don't want too much saddles, because then to me, like when you see too much saddles, there's the pie aspect's thrown out the window. You want my opinion,
Yep.
Like I want the equal amount. Like that's why I said cinnamon pinstripe pie is fucking amazing, because a cinnamon pin is just the head. But when you cinnamon pie is just the head. So when you throw pinstripe in there, you get it brings back the equal amount of saddles. Is exactly
something like pinstripe.
Everyone that I've seen produced almost now, and it's equal. It's really leveled right there in the dead center. Everyone.
And that's why I was thinking like a pinstripe, maybe with some leopard, and then maybe a couple other genes. But
you had me at leopard.
Just to kind of bring some stuff back, make sure it's there, and then kind of mess with it. But like I said, that's just a little dinker side thing. That's not my main projects. That's just something I'm toying with.
Hell yeah. Well, it's good to have pies, and it's good to have things that your projects like that. I got stuff that people are like, why do you do that? And I think it's cool. I like it. I enjoy it, and it is what it is. That's what it's all about, man. And that's what I like to hear from you, is that you're not doing it for any other reason because you like it. You know what I'm saying? You like being able to spend time with your kids doing it. And, that really hits home with me, because that's what me and my kid do. I'll go out there and clean the rats. My daughter plays with them while I'm cleaning the tub. It's a win-win, Yep. She learns about anatomy and the difference between a guy and a girl, and I get free labor. You know what I mean? Teachers, and then and that's why I tell people, when you do it, my daughter's 5, right? And she understands birth, death, unfortunately, for many reasons, but she definitely understands the circle of life. You know what I mean? And her seeing a snake have eggs, seeing a chicken have eggs, or any of the animals, that she's seen come out of an egg, to her, that's got to be the coolest thing in the world. I'm sure she goes to school and she's like, guess what I saw, and to me, that's awesome, because she's not only excited, but she's learning a very valuable lesson about life, because she already knows that there's going to be snakes that don't make it. She knows, and she still gets upset when a little pinky might pass away, and she gets upset about that, but she understands life because of my animals. And I think that is the best. It's the easiest way to teach kids about that, through animals, So I think it's great to hear people say things that you're saying about how you have different projects, you have different animals that really nobody has, just because you like it and it's fun for you and your family. That to me is what it's all about, for sure. 100%. But with that being said, I'm going to give everybody a big cheers. I really thank everybody for coming out here tonight and hanging out with all of us. It's been a really fun time. Like I said, tune in next Saturday for this again. It'll be redo episode 2. We'll have a new surprise co-host for that week, and we will also have Black Lagoon Creatures on.
I'll be back.
Don't let
him fool you. Don't let him fool you.
But yeah, I might have Justin back. We'll have Justin back maybe in a couple weeks.
I'll be back. See, look, he's already. You hear this? He's already.
But hell yeah, maybe we'll switch it up on Justin, and I'll put him down there, and he can answer some questions because nobody really interviews Brian or Brian Gosling.
I'm gonna put my kid up here. She's gonna speak Spanish the whole time.
Well, I would rather talk to Alex than you. Well, so if I have a guest, I would.
In Spanish. You gonna have to translate it?
Hey, if you can translate, that would be nice. But yeah, dude, thanks everybody for coming out. Will, you got anything you want to say? You want to drop any links or any shout outs or anything?
Hey, just make your rounds like you should to all the different shows, RWO, Whiskey Bomb, Keys, Snake Cinema Podcast, everybody, Don D, all those guys, Heathen Hatchery, make your rounds. Irresistibles. I mean, Angel, all
Show
those
the
guys,
love.
they're great. Yeah, exactly. Other than that, really, I mean, just be good to each other and enjoy the new guests, the new snakes, and the new beers that are coming every week on this channel.
Hell yeah. And stay tuned, everybody. LMK's on Tuesday. So go check that out. Hit the bell for him so you don't miss that. Thunderdome, Saturday, right before this show. Hit the bell on Blue Zombie Morse. You know him. You love him. Our California boy.
He just went from Tuesday to Thunderdome. Do you understand? Chat.
I know, but I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the finale. You fucked me up. And then Thursday. We got the RWO show. And I think it's on my channel. So you get me 2 times this week. So, yeah. So check that out Thursday. Hell yeah, everybody. Well, we're out, man. And I really appreciate all of y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Will, Justin, I'll see y'all in a second.
Y'all have a
Peace.